around Thanksgiving 2015, Chris found out that he was really sick. He was passing out at work, throwing up. He refused to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance because he had the hospital bills were just building. You know, I didn't really know him. I knew him in passing at work. I was in accounting, he was in sales. So when I heard of his story, I started praying, what can I do to help him? How can I make him feel better? I was thinking card, take him to lunch, maybe get him a gift card for him and his wife. A couple weeks went by, and 4:30 in the morning, it was a Friday, woke up and it was my kidney. And I went in that day because I knew exactly what I was supposed to do. And I told him, I went right to his office and I said, this is what I want to do. And he just started crying.
The month of April is National Organ Tissue Donation Awareness Month. Blue and Green Day is a day that's set aside so that we have individuals wear blue and green to promote organ, tissue, and eye donation.
There are several ways in the state of Tennessee to register to be an organ and tissue donor. The majority of people, about 98%, register when they go to the Driver's Service Center to get their driver's license, their state ID, or their learner's permit. And so that's the main way people do, and they just have to say yes to question 7, I would like to register to be an organ and tissue donor. And that's how the Department of Safety employees save lives every single day when they ask that question. The other way is just to simply register at donatelifetn.org, and you can register to be an organ and tissue donor right there.
I don't think there's any greater gift than being able to give somebody else the gift of life. One person can donate up to 8 solid organs or enhance another 50 people through tissue donation. So if you knew you could no longer be here functioning as a normal, healthy person, why not give somebody else that chance at life and help that person and their families? And for your family, your legacy will live on in a positive way, knowing that the last thing they remembered about you is that you were able to help other people.
I was playing basketball at the YMCA in Ennis. I was just getting ready to do a screen and my shoulder was impacted, and it created a spiral fracture in my left clavicle. 12 weeks after that, they said, I was good to go. I could begin playing sports again. After I broke it again, I don't really recall, I broke it numerous amounts of times. They found out that when the bone was healing, it created sort of like a bubble. So they started doing a biopsy, they started looking at my clavicle structure and whatnot, and they believed that I had bone cancer. What happened from there is I had to go through multiple procedures where they looked at my shoulder, and the only thing that would fit well would be an individual that would donate bone and or tissue for me, and it allowed me to heal. I was able to join the Marine Corps in 2001, and on my 6-year point I decided that I really was interested in joining Special Forces Reconnaissance. And so I was running and I had passed out. Well, upon further examination, they found out that my heart was not functioning correctly. The amount of blood versus oxygen wasn't the correct amount. So we had to get tissue donated through a Donate for Life program, and that tissue was actually able to heal the situation with my heart.
It is important that we get as many organ tissue donors as possible. A number of the organ donors that we have right now currently may not match. So the bigger the pool is, the better chances we are of helping someone change their way of life or saving a life.
We'll hear stories, for example, like one in Jackson where a lady went in with her teenage daughter to get her learner's permit for the first time, and she said, of course I want you to be an organ and tissue donor because I'm a heart recipient, and without that donor, without somebody saying yes to organ and tissue donor, I wouldn't be here with you to get your learner's permit now that you're 15. So we do a lot of activities with the Department of Safety employees. We are critical to each other's mission as far as we're concerned.
Of all licensed drivers in Tennessee, only 38% are currently registered organ and tissue donors. The national goal is to have 50% of all drivers as registered donors. So in Tennessee, we have to catch up and try and get those numbers higher. Also in our state, there are more than 3,000 people on the waiting list. And of that total, the vast majority are those waiting for a kidney. So a lot of people in our communities, especially in the African American community, who are currently on dialysis are waiting for that life-saving kidney.
Why should people sign up to be a donor is really kind of an interesting question. And so we would say, why wouldn't you want to sign up to be an organ and tissue donor? Because through that simple act of saying yes, you can save someone's life. And at a time of great loss and sadness, you can turn that to a time of hope to a family who is waiting for that life-saving transplant. So you have the opportunity to give a father a chance to watch his children grow up. You have an opportunity to have a father walk his daughter down the aisle when she gets married, or you have an opportunity to give a family a chance to watch their child grow up.
He is very well. He actually just texted me last week and said that he had his 2-year follow-up because it's in June. So they went ahead and brought him in and did his testing, and that he is at 100%. Of course, kidney function will never be 100% again, but he is.
I'm just so thankful that someone took the time to be a part of a program like Donate for Life. If an individual didn't take the time and ensure that they had that box checked on their driver's license, I wouldn't be able to serve my community, whether it be in the Marine Corps or now working with the state. This program is so important. It changes people's lives. It changed my life, and I'm so thankful for Donate for Life.